Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome you to the Mesa City Council study session for the afternoon of Monday, September the 23rd. All of our council is present because we have the Vice Mayor on a Zoom call. Are you there, Mr. Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. First item of business for this meeting is to review our agenda for tonight's council meeting. I know that you had a good meeting on this on Thursday, but council, any questions on anything regarding tonight's agenda? Go ahead, Scott, if you have something.
Mayor, could I just review 6A? That's the liquor approval licensing. Simply, is Ed here? Maybe he could share. Can you refresh me on that, Ed, how it simplifies, I think, the process?
Actually, I think Councilor Summers did the best presentation. We had a presentation, but after we heard from him, we said, we dropped the mic and go. But you want to hear Ed's version of it this time?
I'd say we hear Ed's version.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. So in Arizona, there are 21 different types of liquor licenses. The process for the liquor licenses is, for the most part, is to start with the DLLC, the Department of Liquor License Control. Then it comes to us. City staff does reviews of the applications that include fire, PD, city attorney for risk insurance, development services for zoning. There's just a whole list of departments that review them. We prepare once those approvals are made, then we prepare a council report. We send it through council for a recommendation to the DLLC, and then the DLLC will issue the license.
DLC would be?
The Department of Liquor License Control. And then the applicant comes back to us and we issue the license. On type 15, we actually work, instead of starting with the DLLC, it actually starts with the special event office in Parks and Rec. And once they say they're going to choose to serve liquor at their event, then they're presented with the state of Arizona, the DLLC liquor license application, fill it out. And then we work with the Parks Department to get all those approvals because they apply both on their special event process as well as on our liquor side, and then we move forward. And then the scenario that we're putting forward for council consideration, we would eliminate having to come to council. We would delegate that authority to the city manager or his designee to actually make that recommendation to the state. And one of the differences between the two types of processes too is a special event does not have a public component to it, the public protest period component to it that all the others have. So it's very administrative to make those reviews and make that recommendation to the state. Where when you're doing a license like we had with Rumors Cafe a couple meetings ago, there was the public input that the council can hear in that process.
So, but Ed, maybe for a special event, liquor license, probably the thing that sometimes we bump up against is trying to schedule it or having to wait for them to get the application completed.
Yes.
Because we got to schedule
so.
it on a council agenda. And then that sometimes just because sometimes they don't realize when they need the liquor license, it's kind of very last minute. This would just help us to meet those timelines and not have a lot of drama before the special event, and having us, the city man, delegating that opportunity to sign off on that after we've completed this thorough review. So it does keep it off the council agenda, but it does help assist us in being able to be responsive to these requests, which they don't come a lot, but when they do, unfortunately, a lot of times they come. Those are having the event organizers don't always know all the things they need to go through for a liquor license, and it kind of creates a timeline crunch. Is that fair?
Yes. So the council, this will save, we're guessing on average, about 20 days in the process. And to an events organizer, and as they're putting their event together, that's going to be huge. I think we did 42 special event liquors last year. I think there's actually 3 or 4 on tonight's agenda alone. But there's probably 10 more that we weren't able to do because the applicant came to us too late to actually get it through the reviews, the council, and then get it down to the state.
Well, just listening to all this, it sounds pretty thorough but yet complicated in a way. But to streamline it makes perfect sense. So, and it's just for the Series 15
Just for the Series 15.
special event
Yes,
licensing?
all
So,
the others
Ed, that'd be
again,
like today, items 3A through 3D, the one-day events.
right,
That are taking place.
So those would be done by the city manager's office?
correct.
Okay. All right, thank you for the overview.
You're welcome.
Council, other questions regarding tonight's agenda? All right, seeing none. Mr. Brady, any staff, additional information staff has?
No, Mayor, I think had some thorough conversations on Thursday, so I think we were able to cover everything.
All right, great. Yes, Mr. Freeman.
Sorry, one more question on 8A, when we're rezoning the City of Mesa Fire and Medical Station, it says plus or minus 14 acres. Are we rezoning the whole 14 acres or just the acreage for the firehouse?
No, we wanted to go ahead and rezone that entire,
The whole parcel from,
what's remaining, yep.
okay, from the RS 35 to public and semi-public?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right, moving on, item 2 is to acknowledge receipt of meeting minutes. Is there a motion to that effect? Thank you, Mr. Summers and Ms. Pillsbury. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Mr. Heredia, how do you vote? Frankie, I'm going to give you a...
Aye.
Great, thank you. No, I totally get it. All right, well, that, are there any opposed? All right, so that motion passes unanimously. Agenda item 3 is current events and conferences attended. Council members, anything you'd like to share with us? Ms. Duff?
I had a very busy weekend. On Friday, I attended Ona Hawaiian Barbecue grand opening at Stapley and Southern. This is their second location in Mesa, and 111th between California and Arizona, and I was able to sample the food, and it is quite good, so check it out. That Friday night, I attended a preview of a movie called Res Ball. Res, short for reservation. It's a movie produced by LeBron James about a high school basketball team championship on a New Mexico reservation. And it was very well done and gave you great insight on the life on a reservation. And it will be on Netflix, I think, September 27th, so it's worth the watch. On Saturday morning, I attended the Mesa Electric Shade Tree Workshop. Very good attendance. The room was packed. We spent a few hours learning about the correct trees and exposure and how to plant a tree. The Sustainability Department did another fabulous event. Special thanks to Tony from Energy. He was there and explaining the benefits of reducing your electric costs through trees. And Trees Matter actually conducted the workshop and did a fabulous job. And each of the residents that attended, which is in the Mesa Electric utility area, will receive 2 small trees to help us get towards our Million Trees initiative in Mesa for our Climate Action Plan. Also that night, no, that was during the Res Ball preview, the reception. I went there, then took a little exit, ran over to the Nile, and they had the lighting at the marquee, which is a replica sign from 1924 of the original Nile. And so they lit it up with all the Hollywood bulbs, and it was quite exciting. Councilmember Summers was there as well. And so check it out when you go by the Nile in downtown Mesa. On Sunday morning, I attended Tan Hao, a ribbon cutting. She opened a new location, larger location in Mekong Plaza, and she's along Dobson instead of back in the shopping center, and expanding what she does. And it's Chinese medicinal herbs and dried herbs and all kinds of teas and things like that. So we want to congratulate Fanny on her success. Last night, I was at the ASU Mix Center for the Mobilized Recovery event. It's a national nonprofit, and they have a bus tour going across the United States to bring awareness and resources to communities on the opioid epidemic. I was on a panel talking about what we do in Mesa with our community court and off the streets program and our navigators. The director of corrections was also on the panel, as well as county attorney for Pinal County Attorney. And it was a really good event, so I enjoyed that last night. And that was it for the weekend.
You're right, that was a busy weekend. Who else would like to share? I had a eventful week and weekend as well. I apologize for missing our last study session. I was in Washington DC speaking on a panel at the National League of Cities building of the outfit that put it on was mayors and CEOs, which I'm one of the co-chairs of that organization. But it was about the national housing crisis. And there were Democratic and Republican mayors that participated in that panel, and it was, I learned a lot, and I appreciate the opportunity to participate as a panelist as well. Following that, the next 3 days, then after that, there was a meeting of a leadership meeting of the U.S. Conference of Mayors that I was able to participate in. But it's good to be back in dry and warm Arizona from the back east, cold and wet. So thanks for covering me while I was gone. Council, anything else you'd like to share with us? Yes.
I'd like to mention on Saturday, I did attend the Girls in Aviation Day at Falcon Field, which was a great event put on by the Women in Aviation International. And they had all kinds of vendors there, the Civil Air Patrol, air traffic controllers, and there were lots of girls and young ladies and women walking around interested in aviation. So it was a great event put on at Falcon Field.
Sounds like it. All right, anything else you'd like to share with us? Mr. Brady, what does our schedule of future meetings look like?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a reminder to the City Council that this Thursday, September 26th, we, the City of Mesa, will be hosting a joint meeting with the Mesa Public Schools. It'll be at the Post. Breakfast will start at 7 a.m., and I think the meeting starts at 7:30. You'll get that specific agenda sent out to you soon. And also, on the 26th, this Thursday at 11 a.m., we'll have the grand opening of the Mesa Family Resource Center, which is in the basement of the main library. So we're excited about showcasing that build out in that area. And then this Saturday, the 28th, is a skate party from 6 to 9 at the Mesa Plaza City Center. It's a free event, and the movie Wonka will be playing on the large screen at 7 p.m.
That's great. Glad the weather is cooperating with having outdoor movies again. Great. Well, if there's nothing else, that concludes our agenda for this meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Summers. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned. Thank you, Mr. Heredia. We're adjourned, and we will reconvene at 5:45 in the upstairs chambers.